everyone, and welcome back to Fiction Series. This video is brought to you by my self-published book, Rain. It is a psychological thriller about a group of young adults in a psych ward who get this new counselor that's trying to understand their mental illnesses and trying to understand them. But then the counselor shortly learns that these kids might not be crazy and that this place is actually making them crazy, all the while trying to figure out what's going on with him and his psychological demons and his problems. If you would like more information about this book, be sure to hit the link in the description box below. Supporting me and buying these books actually helps me to run this channel. So today we're going to talk about the movie Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer is a 2013 rated R film. It's 2 hours and 6 minutes. It is action sci-fi genre. The director is Bong, Joon-ho. The plot: survivors of Earth's second ice age live out the old days on a luxury train that plows through snow and ice. The train's poorest residents, who live in the squalid caboose, plan to improve their lot by taking over the engine room. The cast is Chris Evans as Curtis, Tilda Swinton as Mason, Kang Ho Song as Nam Young Minsu, Ed Hims as Wilford, Octavia Spencer as Tanya, and Jamie Bell as Edgar. Also, Go Ah Songas as Yona. This movie by far is probably one of the best movies that I've watched so far. As far as like all the movies I've reviewed probably this year or for the last 2-3 months, like this movie was awesome. It definitely gave me very much Game of Thrones visuals. So do you guys see, like I try to do my eyebrows with like some ice to like match the theme of the movie. Okay, so one scene that really had me like stunned is when they were going through the tunnels and they saw the masked men, the guys who had like the Scully slash like mask on their face, and they went under that tunnel. Like once they hit the tunnel, I believe they were holding like axes or like some sort of hammers, but it had me stumped and I was super anxious when they went under the tunnel because it's like you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know like who's gonna die. Are they gonna die? Is everybody just gonna get slaughtered? Like this movie kept me anxious and in fear the entire time. That's why I'm like, it's giving me Game of Thrones because they don't give a fudge. They don't give a like, just like Game of Thrones, they don't care. They will kill anyone, anytime, any place, anywhere. I mean, we had the friend who died. We thought he might have a chance of surviving. They took the kids in the beginning. Like, oh my god. By the way, I'm gonna be spoiling this entire movie. I feel like this movie kept me on my toes because they were murdering people like it was nothing. Bong Joon-ho has probably become one of my favorite directors. Like now, I'm gonna go watch all his films and like I want to like study this guy. I was watching some of his interviews but I didn't finish it, but like I think I'm obsessed. Like his movies are great. I've seen this, Snowpiercer, I've seen Parasite, I've seen Mother, and none of them have steered me wrong. Like he never drops the ball. As far as like all the movies I've seen so far, they're all great. Perfection. Now, this movie was, in fact, an allegory of the rich versus the poor, capitalism, hierarchy, etc., classism. You had the tail people, the people who lived way in the back of the train, the poor people, and then you had the people of status and of money and of power who lived at the head of the train, who had never even been to the back, and vice versa. The people at the back had never been to the front. And there was this inevitable revolt that occurred where the tail people we're like, we're done with this. We're fed up. We're going to the front. We want what you guys got, and it's unfair, so we're going. It's funny because Curtis's character was also making his way to the front, but he had reached that level, and he actually considered it, I feel, until he found out that Timmy was under the floorboards, that I can take over this job, and there should be leadership, and even though you know, there's low and high people, these people need to be controlled. Wilford was basically convincing him that like, look at these people, chaos, like they can't exist without leadership, without control, without order. That scene also showed nothing new of capitalism, where slave labor needs slave labor operates on capitalism. Capitalism operates on the backs of children, workers, people living lower class in poverty and slavery, and people being in higher positions of power while those exist in lower positions of power. Everyone had their roles to play, but also there were so many people who were in their role for so long that they forgot who they were. Like, there would be incidents where they would see people that I guess used to live the way they lived, and they would be like, do you remember me? Like, it's me, it's me. Or like the kid when he just was completely oblivious to who they were. Like, he just had to do the mission and he just got inside the machine, and it's like they had been working in it for so long, they became the machine, they became the job, and they kind of lost themselves. As far as the actors go, Chris Evans did a really good job. I was happy when he took out Mason and he kind of became this I didn't really choose this leader. He was done, he was fed up, and we saw this very dark side of like the hero, where he talked about what they had to do, cannibalism basically, and it showed like not only is everybody not perfect, but even your hero has done terrible things, just like the person in charge. We have Wilfred. So Wilfred mentions without leadership, people will continue to be chaotic and to like look at those people, but he never mentioned or he never acknowledged the fact that these people are chaotic because of the circumstances that they've been put in and the lack of equality that they feel that they are getting because of mistreatment and because of order. These people really had no choice because their backs were literally against the wall, and this is all they had to use to survive because they were oppressed, and one group of people was living a more luxurious life while they were sitting eating bug infested protein black looking blocks, while the other people were eating like sushi and steak and potatoes. To me, if there is no fairness, there's always going to be a revolution. Viva la revolution. And Mason and Wilfred's defense, balance, this is balance to them. Like having hierarchy, having these people all the way in the back of the tail while they're in the head. But it's also like, how can there be proper balance or proper order without fairness? In Wilfred's defense, everything happens at the correct time and is organized in particular time, and that is order, which monotony is important, but as I mentioned before, inevitably, if there's no fairness, there will be a revolution. There will be a revolt. I think the main issue for this movie wasn't the fact that there was no leadership. I think it was that there was chaos because there was no fairness. These people were tired of living like this and being mistreated, so naturally they reacted this way. Next up we have Tilda, who played the character Mason, which is interesting because she talked about how that character is like, the name is like different gender roles and how the director wanted to do that. I thought that was pretty interesting. She was definitely uppity and annoying, and I think that she was a really good actor. She's also very in her prime type actor who's been doing this for a while. You can tell like she's very skilled, and her character was actually really good. We have Yona and Nami Goranta. I butchered that. They were great, really brilliant actors, and they worked so well with off one another. Then we have Octavia Spencer. I mean, she killed it. Give her all of her accolades and put her in more roles because she's the bomb. The actor Luke Pasqualino, who played Gray. I recognize as Freddy from Skins UK. He was a beast, okay? The way he was just killing and ripping people's and cracking necks, and also the way he was jumping off the walls like he was a ninja. Just out here. I was kind of devastated when he died. As far as the visuals of the snow and ice were nice to look at. With the kids, I like the visuals of that, and of course the plant scenes, and of course the outside ice scenes. But the scenes with the kids in the classroom was a little bit sus to me. There is so much going on outside right now. I am sorry, but we're just gonna try to keep continuing. Yeah, that scene was sus for many different reasons. I mean, one, because the teacher, she was borderline kind of creepy, kind of robotic and scary in a way. Super extra, just super extra. Makes her acting as his character really good. And also something that I found really a little sus, just to me personally, that I feel like I personally noticed, the symbolic future hand motions that the kids were giving. They were giving the kids hand motions were giving very much Hitler. That's just what I interpreted, in my opinion. That's just me. Won't go deeper into that, but yeah, it was giving me that whole vibe, and it was weird. It was off, and yeah. So I did love the ending with Timmy and Yana being the two survivors draped in Eskimo fur, and I love the fact that it was a lady and a child at the end. Like, it just gave me life, and I definitely recommend this film. I've watched it on Amazon, or was it IMDb TV, one of those. And yeah, the director is super talented, and I definitely say go check out this movie. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment below, let me know what would be your reaction if you were on this train. Also, be sure to hit me up at fictiontreviews12@gmail.com, and bye.